So can you talk about maybe what you would say for beginner, white belt, blue belt, maybe even purple belt as far as standing on the feet? How much offense do you need? Is it maybe you like your underhook and you like your arm drags? You think maybe just those two?
I think when you're starting out, you want to have at least one attack on one side of the body and one attack on the other. And simply what we're talking about earlier was getting to this underhook and getting to the hips. Okay? And that's all off of my underhook right here. From this, I've got find the knee. He doesn't want me to find the knee. I've got all my shuck by attacks. So weight on the heels, weight on the toes principles. He starts to take this angle away from me. I want to develop a drag, which is simply two of my hands on one of his. That is an arm drag, 2-on-1. That's called an inside 2-on-1. There's an arm drag. This is what a lot of people would refer to as the Russian 2-on-1. It's simply just an outside 2-on-1. When I look at 2-on-1s, I look at I'm outside of the body, the frame, or I'm inside the frame. And I can use these tools differently, but I have the same type of offenses from it here. He squares up, there's my drag, go behind, his hips are back, his head's down, I'm gonna go attack those positions right there.
So you'd say you don't need a ton of moves, don't need a ton of techniques, but having a few chain wrestling.
We're always chaining our attacks together.
Where you can go.
So I know one thing, your lines of defense are gonna stop me from getting to you. Your hands, your arms, your head, your chest. I need to get around these where I'm in simply what I call positive hip angle. My hips are facing yours are facing away from me. You start to take that angle away, I regain it on the other side. My hips are facing my opponents, his are facing away. I've removed his lines of defense, which is also his attack. He can't attack me if I'm over here. He's got to take his angle back. He recovers that angle. By the time he does that, I'm outside. Now, all these can be talked about as a technique. There's an elbow pass. There's an arm drag, right? There's my underhooks. But simply having that knowledge of I'm never standing in front of this guy and trying to get to his body, because those are his lines of defense. I'm going to attack these. There's my underhook. There's my drag, and I'm creating angles.
He's got a bunch of videos out on chain wrestling and using those drags and underhooks and elbow passes all together, where you read off what the guy does.
Go look at that stuff. Some of our wrestling attacks, our Greco-Roman skills, our fundamental wrestling skills are all up there on different shows. We'll put a couple links in there.